Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kitty here, and today I'm back with another video. I know you guys haven't heard from me in a very long time. I've been super busy with work and school and all that fun stuff. Hell, I'm even surprised I'm even doing this video. I surprise myself sometimes. But I'm back. I'm alive. I don't know when the next video is going to be uploaded or whatever. I've just kind of been doing the Outlast stuff, and I think I did like a tutorial like a few weeks ago or the other week, just because that was something quick and easy that I can do. I don't mind making videos for you guys. It's just a matter of not really having time for it and everything. Over the summer, I hope I have time. I won't really know because I might be working. I might have a summer job. That's what I'm aiming towards, but we'll see. Who really knows? But today's video, I just wanted to talk about in college. I highly suggest, whether you're anywhere from a nursing major to an art major to, who knows, a meme major, if that's a thing. A meme major in the future. Who knows, that might be a major in the future. We don't know. We never know. These new things could come about, and who knows, the next thing you know, there's going to be a major of, I study memes and memology on the internet. So who knows? But I suggest everyone should take a like an ethics type class, philosophy type class, something along those lines, along the lines of philosophy, whether it's simple or advanced, anywhere in between. Because philosophy is a really important part of life that I think a lot of people overlook. You know, philosophers are the ones who are, behind the screen, behind the tarp, whatever you want to say, thinking about these really tough, difficult issues, like, is it, ethical to save all these people in, wherever because they're starving, or is it not ethical because, we're going to be not only intruding into that country, but we're going to have to deal with their governmental issues, like what's the thing in, I don't think it's Uganda, but one of the African countries, somewhere around there. Sorry if I'm wrong about this, but I know, like, to send in doctors from our country or something like that to help them out, they charge us some lump sum of money, like, I don't know, like $20,000, let's say, just to bring in a doctor just to help these people, which is ridiculous, and it's just something to think about, and something that is a thing that philosophers think about on a daily basis. And I think it's a great type of class to really take at some point in life, because it really gets the cogs and mindset going. Because when I was in high school, I was a pretty knowledgeable person. I would say I'm a little above average in some aspects of intelligence. It may not seem like it, or I may not be obvious about it, or, I'm pretty bad at test taking, whatever, but when it comes to thinking outside the box, and, like, especially with philosophy, which I do like, I'm not pursuing it as a career, but I do like to study it and just talk about it and stuff, I can get really in depth and in detail about why this or that occurs or whatever. It's a great class, and it really brings out an intelligence or something that you may be really enthusiastic about or really support, and it makes you kind of think outside the box and think more non-linear as high school makes you think, because high school is very linear when it comes to teaching and how you think and how you pretty much get information and spew back out. And honestly, not only are philosophy classes different and fun, you might not think so, but obviously you wouldn't know if you don't take the class, but they're super easy. 2 philosophy classes I've taken, which is including one that I am taking now, is like the easiest class ever. You don't have to bother with homework. We don't even have homework. We don't even have any tests. All we have is 2 paper assignments, and, writing a 3-4 page paper, MLA format, whatever. Especially if it's something that, like, we do readings in class or whatever. It's even easier when you choose one of the ones that you really like, that maybe talks about a certain topic. Like, I've always had a firm belief of there not being a God or whatever, and we're just kind of on this earth living, and we live to die type thing. Alright, I know it's depressing, sorry to bring you down, but that's what I believe in. And we read a reading about a guy who actually formulated this opinion some odd thousands of years ago, and I thought it was really cool when we read about it in class, because I was like, hey, I have like pretty much the exact same opinion. I didn't know anyone else thought of this idea, though it's pretty probable that someone did, and obviously they did, because we read this guy's reading. So I was like, okay, cool, I kind of want to do it on this. So it's super simple classes, and then the class the other semester, I think, yeah, we had like a midterm and a final, and that was it, and that was pretty much just, that wasn't even based on the stuff in the class. That was more or less just like, alright, here's a couple subjects. You choose 2 to write about, and make them like about 2 pages each, if possible, as a midterm and a final, and that's it. And for me, I'm pretty good at bullshitting, especially when it comes to writing, so easy peasy stuff. But I really like the class, and I think a lot of other people like the class, is because it's a very interactive thinking class. And especially when you have an engaging teacher that doesn't have a biased view towards anything, and they can kind of counteract everyone in the class's argument if they choose to argue something, because it's really, philosophy is about seeing every side of the cube, I would say, those 3D cubes, on a flat piece of paper you may only see the 3 sides. Meanwhile, there's the 6 or whatever. Just as an example. I don't know if that's actually how many sides there are, but that's just an example. So it's something really cool, and it gets you thinking in different ways, and people don't do that anymore. There's so much linear thinking, going on social media, believing all this bullshit, spreading it around. No one thinks for themselves anymore, and that's really important, and I do think it's really important to think about some of the subjects that are brought up that are either happy, depressing, realistic, whatever. Like my one friend in class today, after talking about this stuff, and I was telling him, like, life is really shitty, because life doesn't work out in the ways that you want it to, and people are getting killed and destroyed and whatever daily, and these politicians are controlled by money and all this stuff. And she's like, wow, I've been living like a lie type thing. Like, she was like, oh, I'm so dipsy doodle about it. And it's like, yeah, dude, you gotta, like, that's why I like this class, because it really opens your eyes to things that you may not have heard about or thought about before, and if you have, you may not have thought about that specific angle or anything like that. And it's really engaging, and it's something new, and especially from high school to college, it's a really good intro to thinking outside the box and thinking in a different way that college kind of requires you to do. College really allows you to think as your own person, and I think it's scary and weird and difficult to do coming straight out of high school, because, like I said, you're used to that linear thinking, that stupid thinking, you're like a robot. And when you come to college, you're still kind of a robot, like the work is somewhat linear as well, tests and all that stuff. But you have your own opinion, you're thinking of things different ways, you're actually relating all of your classes together in some ways. Like, I might be learning about this, and I'm like, holy shit, I learned that in my English class, and now we're talking about it in my video class. Oh my god, like we're talking about storytelling and stories in general in English class, and I'm like, I know all about that because I'm in film, and we're talking about storytelling with camera, pretty much. So it's very relatable, and they work together very well. So it really opens your eyes to a new way of thinking, and I think that's like a really cool and beautiful thing to experience as a human being, to just open your eyes to something new. And I think it's definitely improved my human being quality and life quality to think different ways, because it's really ignorant and just boring and really a dull, stupid way to think if just thinking one way. Just an example, I'm not trying to start a war or whatever, but let's just use an example for racist sake and recent sake. Let's say you're basic Southern Trump supporter, I hate blacks, I hate Muslims, I hate blah blah blah, just because, I think they're the reason for terrorism and blah 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 blah. If you take a philosophy class, obviously they might probably not change their mind because they've been influenced throughout their whole lives since they were born that this is the way to think. But if you are somewhat of an open-minded person, you will be obligated, and bridges will open and gates will open for you to see those scenarios in different ways. Alright, you may believe Muslims are bad people, but here's why they're not. Or here's why you and other people think they are, but it's actually that they're not bad because of those reasons. You know, there's actually a whole group of other people that are bad for those same exact reasons, and you're completely ignoring that, or whatever, you know. You're hitting it from every side of the triangle type thing, and not enough people, like I said before, get that nowadays. You know, it's a lot of linear thinking, following social media. I believe this because, you know, blah 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 said so or whatever, and you can't tell me otherwise. And that's just so linear and disgraceful, and I think it's disgusting that the human race has to be that way. And we don't have to be that way, and it's just these ignorant people that don't want to open their minds to new things like this and thinking differently. So, I challenge you, random high school student, or even college student, or just random person. You know, I'm sure they have, like, seminar classes or something at random places, or even a presentation. You can probably go see some, you know, philosophy presentation or a speaker somewhere around near you. I challenge you to go out there, seek some philosophy, and, you know, just let it happen. Just see where it goes, experience it, see how you feel about it. You know, it might not be for everyone, but I think it's a good way to really open a new part of your mind and expand learning and thinking. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was my little ranty talk thing. That's what's been going on in my life. I also got some new equipment for video stuff. I got like a new light, so that's a thing. But yeah, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.